If you want to win some of those big government contracts, writing proposals is where it's at. 100,000, those $1 million contracts, it's possible. In this video, I'm sharing 5 key components you want to include in your proposal. Let's go. Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you're looking to grow your government contracting business, start now by subscribing to this channel. Turn on your notification bell so you get notified when we drop new trainings. And that way you never miss a video. And go ahead and like this video. All right, so today we're going to be talking about writing proposals, delivering on your promise, project experience, resources, and options. At the end of this video, I'll put a link to my Government Contractor Accelerator program. If you'd like to learn more, take what you're learning in this video and expand with some support from me, definitely check out the Accelerator program. I'll put the link down below. And then I'll look forward to seeing you on the inside. If you want to play with the big dogs, I'm talking about the large contracts, large companies, multiple year contracts, you're going to have to master the art of writing proposals. I want you to imagine having a 5-year contract. Say you're making $30,000 a month. Every month, $30,000 is being deposited into your bank account over a 5-year period for just one contract. Game changer, right? I'm going to let that sit with you for a moment. All right, let's get to it. What you should be including in your proposals. I want you to always include these things in your proposals moving forward. So the first thing you want to tackle is your scope of work. How do you plan to deliver on your promise? Here's the thing. The government is going to bring you either a problem that they have and they need it solved, or they have an idea of something that they want to put in place. And so they're coming to you as the contractor, as the expert in what you do, and they want you to tell them how you're going to solve their problem or take that idea and turn it into that end result that they want. And you're going to have to be able to tell them that. In that scope of work, you're going to have to lay it out from A to Z. Every step you're going to take to get them to the end result that they want. Now, remember, you're the expert, so they're not going to lay it out for you and then you just copy and paste. No, you're the expert. You know what it's going to take them from where they are to where they want to be. And all of that needs to be included inside of the scope of work. Also in your proposal, the second thing you want to make sure you include is similar projects. So when they're considering you for the contracting opportunity, they're going to look at your past experience. What type of projects have you done in the past? So they're not just going to go out there and look. You're going to tell them also the type of projects you've done in the past. So when you're putting that in your proposal, you want to make sure you're putting the type of work that you've done in the past, but that is similar to the type of work that they're asking for. So you want to make sure the scope of works match up as much as possible. You also want to make sure the timeline, if the timeline as far as how long it's going to take you to complete the project is similar, include that as well. And then you also want to base it off of the project value. So if you've done a project that's say $500,000 and this one is $750K, right? Then that would match up, right? It's similar. So if you're looking at doing $1 million contract, you don't want to include necessarily $100,000 contract unless that's all you have. But then that's going to create some other barriers for a different day, different conversation. But you want to make sure the dollar value matches up as much as possible, okay? So if you're looking at doing larger contracts, you want to showcase the larger contract type of projects that you've done. All right, number 3, resources. Resources. You want to make sure you're outlining the resources that you have. So remember, the scope of work, whatever you promise them that you're going to do, there may be resources that you need outside of your business and what you currently use. So you're going to outline those resources and how you're going to get your hands on those resources inside your proposal. For example, maybe you're going to need some equipment that you don't normally use. Okay, well, where do you plan to get those resources, right, from to be able to get your hands on those resources, tools, Maybe it's money, financial, maybe you're going to need more money to float the project until it can float itself. So that could be a form of resource. How do you plan to get your hands on more money, right? Maybe it's people. How do you plan to bring more people on? What does that look like? Where are you going to go? And then it could even be software. Again, just depending on whatever service you plan to provide, you may need some new type of software. Okay, what is the software? What does it do? How are you going to get your hands on it? So also don't forget to include those resources. I want you to comment below. Do you know how to write a proposal? Let me know in the comments, yes or no, no or yes. I had a contractor come and join my accelerator program after bidding on over 50 contracting opportunities. Yes, over 50. So after 1, 2, 3, 5, the light bulb didn't come on that, hey, they needed more help. They submitted over 50 and then realized, wait a minute, I need some help, something I'm not doing right. But here's the deal. Here's what happened with them. After submitting over 50 proposals and them being turned down 50 times, they realized that, one, their proposals were not being considered, and even sometimes they were just being thrown in the trash can because they weren't responsive. So there's a disconnect that they had. They couldn't figure it out on their own, so they came inside my accelerator program to get help on writing their proposals. Now, I'm sharing this with you here today because I don't want you to wait until you submitted a lot of proposals only to realize you're not winning and there's something wrong and something you need to fix. Whether you internally figure it out and change some things up, look at that proposal, what are you including, what do you need to change, or whether you seek outside help, whether it's me or another company, just don't submit even 5, 10, at some point you have to figure out something's not working and something needs to change. So that's why I'm sharing this with you guys here today, because these are 5 key components to the proposal that you need to pay attention to. Now, there's other pieces as well, but these are the 5 key that I wanted to share with you today, okay? Number 4 is certifications. Now, a lot of you guys in my community are small business owners, minority-owned small businesses, and you have various certifications through the government, whether it's through the state or the federal government. And so when you're submitting your proposals, you want to also showcase the certifications that you have, especially if it's a set-aside, okay? If it's a set-aside, you can also include your certification certificate or your certification letter, letting them know that, yes, I am certified, for example, as a woman-owned small business, and you guys have this set aside as a woman-owned small business, because then that means you can bid on that opportunity. All right, the 5th thing is options. This is something that may be included sometimes, maybe not all the time, but you don't want to leave it out when it should be included. So I'm talking about options. Sometimes with the government, they may have a contract that's going to be a 1-year contract with 4-year options, meaning they may extend it over 4 more years. Well, with that being said, ideally, the price will probably change at some point because you have inflation, costs, and all these other things. Materials may go up, all of that. So you're going to have to account for that and include those options in your proposal along with the dollar values. Also, you may have options to the scope of work, options to the type of materials you may use, and things like that. So any options that you may have where they can select to go with option A or option B or C or whatever, you also want to outline that in the proposal, but also telling them what the cost difference will be based on whichever option they select. And then any add-on options of things that you just may feel they may need, they haven't thought about, you can also include those options. Again, you got to include the price with those options, okay? So let's recap. What did we cover here today? What are you going to include in your proposal? I'm looking at my notes so I don't forget. So 1, the scope of work is very important. What resources you're going to use, similar projects that you're going to showcase, any certifications you have, and any options that you're including. All right, so there you have it. What you should always include when writing a government proposal. Now, if you like my help, if you're new to the channel, you've been hanging out here for a while, definitely a couple things I always have going on. 1, I do a workshop, a live 5-day workshop, maybe 3-4 times a year. So you can always be on the lookout for that. Get Government Contracts Workshop. Okay, that's the workshop. It's a 5-day free workshop. Or you can check out my webinar that I have on 3 secrets to winning government contracts. So both of those are free resources you can check out. I'll put the links down below. And if you know it's your time and you're ready to move forward with some more personalized help and support and guidance from me, you can also check out my Government Contractor Accelerator program, where me, my team, and the community of others just like you are waiting to welcome you into the community and help you and support you in getting your first bid done fast and getting you to the finish line. I'll put that link down below as well. Now, if you've been hanging out here on the channel for a while and you haven't subscribed, why not? Don't you think it's time for us to partner together on your government contracting journey? Go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any new trainings when we drop them here on this channel and when we go live. And then go ahead and like this video for me, okay? And remember, you're just one contract away. Bye for now.